If you think architecture is about designing pretty buildings and picture perfect villas to upload on Instagram, well, you're in for a surprise. When you actually start practicing architecture in India, you will realize it's less about the design process and more about the clients, the payments, the permissions, and the brick walls that never align straight. Hi, I'm Surbhi Sehgal. I'm a practicing architect, and in this video, I'll show you what architecture actually looks like when you step out of college. We'll cover clients, drawings, sites, payments, and everything that your textbook didn't cover, but your first project will definitely demand. So, now let's pause for a quick reality check because what you have learned in college and what actually happens on the site are never really the same. In college, you dream in concepts, you have big sites, and you have an unlimited budget. But when you actually get your first client, they will probably have a tight budget, they will have a small plot, 20 by 40 feet, maybe a studio apartment, 1 BHK or 2 BHK, and they will have a long list of requirements. Now, here the real journey begins, and now you need to know about the site levels, setbacks, permissions, the road levels, maybe water supply line, electricity supply, and everything else that needs to be done. Before we get into design philosophies and portfolios, let's talk about something college never explained: how the projects are going to come to you. If you're an architect, you're practicing, you have your own design firm, and you need to know from where do I start. So your referrals, your friends and family have got you covered. So there is definitely somebody who wants some advice from you. You maybe have a cousin who needs some renovation. So in the initial years, the Instagram post might not help you. The competitions you have taken part in might not help you, but definitely the referrals, the immediate friends and family, they could rely on you, they can trust you, they can put their money in you. So maybe those are the projects you are really going to build so that you have a good reputation in the market. The next source could be contractors and builders. Maybe you have some contractors, some contacts with the builders. You have worked in your previous office or during your internship with some other firm when you were in college. So if they think you are reliable, you are easy to work with, they are going to get you clients, they're going to get you projects because they're always looking for someone who is easy to work with, and they know that they can trust you. And the next big source could be real estate agents. They know because they are always looking for somebody to cater their clients. They are the ones people usually go to when they need to buy some commercial place or a residential plot, so they also need an architect. If the demand is there, they will definitely approach you. If you have good contacts, they will definitely approach you. Then word of mouth plays a very big role. It is a, you can say, silent salesman. If you have done even a small project, you have a good client, you were trustworthy and you delivered on time, you were always there to help them out if there was any problem on the site. So this person will tell 10 different people, and definitely there could be 2 or 3 leads from that, because that just someone who is emotionally invested in the project, because maybe they were tight on budget, but you were the one who they trusted and you delivered. So definitely they will tell to many people they know. And then you have your social media platforms. Of course, you should update yourself on you should have a LinkedIn profile, a Behance profile, maybe an Instagram page. You should definitely make a Google page. People usually search for architects in the nearby places, so you can get maybe small leads, but something is always better than nothing. In the initial years, you would want the small leads as well. And if small projects come by, do take them, because this is where you will build your trust. And the market plays on trust. If you are a trustworthy person, people will definitely come back to you. You will have long term relationships with the clients, and you never know which client will help you grow. So build that trust in the market and the projects will follow. Okay. Wondering how the ecosystem looks like when you are working in the architecture field. So you have a client who has a budget. Maybe he has a tight budget or not, doesn't matter, but he will definitely change his thinking midway the process. Then you have a contractor. He will think that his site experience outweighs any design you have made, any process, and then he will want everything to be according to his own choice, because you are a reliable and you're in the first few years of your in your career. Maybe he will try the to convince the client that whatever he is proposing, or whatever he is suggesting the design process to be, is better and best. So you need to know when to hold your ground for that. And then there comes the architect. You are the moderator, you are going to orchestrate the relationships, you are going to build the relationship with the client. You need to make sure the client knows what your value is. Then there are approvals, the laborers, the vendors, everything. They are all going to rely on you, because the client is only going to trust you. He is going to put his money in you. So you better know how to collab with everyone. You better know how to pass your design through a dozen hands and then still not dilute it, because obviously the vendor will have his own opinion, the contractor will have his own opinion, and the client out of a sudden will have everything new for you to design. So you better note that, you better work on that. You need to up your skills, your convincing power. You need to make sure the client knows that whenever he's out selecting any material, maybe it's interior or exterior, he needs to ask your opinion. He needs to know if the client, if the architect is okay with it, because you know what the outcome has to be. You know how the render was, you know what material will look good on the outside and the inside of the home. So he better understand that whatever he will ask you will be the protection of his own investment. Whatever opinion he's going to ask you about the material or the vendor or the laborer or how the work is to be done on the site, it has to pass through you. Because obviously, see, you need to have a hint of diplomacy. You maybe need to be creative. But if you are not able to convince the client, if you are not able to hold your ground, in the few years when you will just start out, obviously it will be a little tough, it will be a little difficult, because you also don't know how to communicate well in the market. There are other big players, of course, but then you have to pick a niche and you just have to work on that. So it's better you hold your ground and everything rest, whatever the project or how big or small the project, everything will follow. This is the last segment of the video, and we are going to talk about the importance of soft skills when you just enter the market. So, no matter how good of a client you have, how good of a project you have designed, but if you're not able to convince the client, you're not able to put your value on the table, you're not going to get the project. In college, you have learned how to conceptualize, you have learned how to render, how to design, how to draw. The juries come in to test your communication skills, your convincing power, but they, in the back of their mind, they have that value, they have that familiarity with the concept, with the architectural concept, the values. And because you are studying, they also have go a little lenient on that thing. But when you are in the market, and if you're not able to convince the client and the contractor, you are not going to get it. No matter how beautiful home you have designed, no matter how good you are in commercial aspect or residential aspect, the client is going to give you his money. The client is going to put his hard earned money in the project. You need to make sure, because the client is a layman, he does not understand what the design concept and all those terms are. You need to explain it to him. That is why I told you before that you need to make sure the client understands the difference between the manufacturing of a cheap and a expensive light. All right, so this is where the soft skills matter. You don't have to be polite. This is not only about how polite you are. Of course, you should be kind to other people, but when to hold your ground, when to know when you have to learn from something, get influenced on something, acknowledge other opinions, indulge in a conversation, and when other people should know that you are going to outweigh their opinion, because of course your opinion holds value. You know what you are talking about, you know what the design process is going to be, you know what value your design brings to the table. You resonate with the client, his requirements. You understood the unsaid things, the unlisted requirements the client had, and still you gathered everything and you put it on the paper. So you need to develop that skill. It will eventually become stronger when the years will pass by and you would have worked on multiple projects. But yes, this could be a important aspect you may need to work on. Okay, so now let's wrap up the video in a mini takeaway. Architecture can be chaotic, but you will love the chaos when you will know how to jugaad everything. You will love the clients, you will love the process, you will love how the vendors and the laborers, they work in a chaotic manner, and you will be the one orchestrating everything. You will be the one maintaining the relationships, the moderator, and you will eventually start loving it. The few years of the starting of your career can be overwhelming. You will be enthusiastic, you would want everything to be perfect. But when you will eventually realize this is how the things are going to work, you will love it, you will thrive, and you will know that how much love and how much respect you have gained working through all the years with different clients, different families, different values, different concept, different thinking. You will meet so many new people, and you will just love it. With this series, we are going to dive deep into the architecture world. We are going to see how the clients work, how the concepts are developed, what are the projects which are coming your way, and we are going to discuss so many good topics. In the next video, we will be covering how the theoretical knowledge fails when you work in the real world. So stay tuned. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button, and we will meet you again. Thanks for watching.